Alright, how we doing, folks? Your boy Marcus over here, man. I've been waiting to show you guys this video since it happened, man. I mean, this was this past, not this past weekend, I guess, the weekend before when there was double weapon XP. Oh my goodness, the Shieva. Oh, I just a moment of, we should have a moment of silence for everybody in this game, man. So this is the most games I put up, the most kills I put up in a game of Kill Confirm or a game of Black Ops 3, everything. You know, I mainly play Kill Confirm. But this is the most kills I put up, and I was very happy about my start. You know, normally I don't start that great in these games. I start alright, but not like great. And in this game, I started off pretty well over here. We're in Redwood, which is arguably one of my favorite maps. Probably after Fringe, Redwood might be my second favorite map. Honestly, I just really like it. I think it does a lot of good things. And I'm looking, where are you? And I was like, hey, you could knife on the water. Can you believe that? Oh, using the homie Spect over here with the Ripper ability or whatever the other thing's called, the knife ability. The Ripper used to be like a gun, I believe. That's kind of why I like that name. It's always stuck with me. I'm kind of wondering where this guy went to. And I'm shooting. We checked out. I'm shooting at dead bodies. I'm like, that person looks dead, but I got a dot. What the hell? And coming around, I knew this person was up top, and I'm trying to figure out how to play this. Reloading is definitely not the correct option how to play that. So I was kind of pissed right there. I was like, damn it, I blew my good chance over here. So we're using the Shieva with my normal setup, you know, the 6 cents anti-up to get me like, get me that score streak bonus, yeah, anti-ups and overclock to get me get me that knife quicker. And also blast suppressor just so I could suppress away and not have to worry about being up on anybody's radar, which is something I'm actually going to rethink whether I actually need or not, you know, but for now, it's there. And then we're using the Shieva. So this was actually probably like the first game I used it with, or like the second or third game I used this thing with, I guess, yeah, because it's level 5, so it wasn't too many games in that I used the Shieva. I can't even begin to tell you guys. So let me give you my official answer on this, right? There's two ways I looked at this. One was, and I texted Husani immediately after this game. I was like, the Shieva's overpowered, OP as hell. We need to get this patched out of the game. And I think the exact sentence I said, you either patch the Shieva out of the game, or you patch the Shieva down, or you patch me down. Because once I get a hold of this bad boy and I start using this on a consistent basis, yo, multiplayer lobby, they gonna drop. Like, people ain't gonna be playing this game. GameStop business gonna be booming because of me. Because people gonna be returning this game. They're gonna think it's broken. Straight up. And I know I got this guy over here in the back of me, and I'm kind of trying to wonder what the hell am I going to do to actually get up over there. That right there to me is what makes the Shieva so overpowered. So, it's 2-shot, 2-kill from anywhere, which is kind of crazy. But you could sell me on it because it's single fire, right? You know, and I believe there might be a rapid fire attachment to it. I haven't gotten there yet. But for the purpose of this video, we're just going to talk about the Shieva as it is in its base model right here. I just have, I think, a grip and like a red dot on it. So it is pretty basic as you could get in a gun. So 2-shot, 2 kills from whatever, but you could sell me on the fact that, hey, you know, and it happens that people outshoot me because they, people outshoot me because their weapon is automatic and mine isn't. Okay, that's fine. This thing shoots like a beast from distance. That's fine too, right? It's a single fire weapon. Obviously, you should have more control of it, and it has to have some sort of advantage over, you know, the automatics like that one right there, you know, and it really pays you for when you aren't aiming. So you really need good aim to use the Shieva well, like very well. So those are kind of some of its restrictions. Up at close range, though, there's two ways of looking at this, you know. Maybe an HVK would be better, an ICR would even be better at close range because, you know, they're automatic, whatever, blah, blah, blah. You could kind of almost treat them like a submachine gun at close range. You know, it takes a little bit longer to pull up, whatever. You could sell me on that. The Shieva, in theory, shouldn't be good at short range, right? Like, the Shieva should be, nah, like, this thing, no hip fire even, allowed with this damn thing. In reality, the reality of it is, the Shieva's a beast in close range. Like, when we saw that kill that I pointed out over there in the inside, where I just hip fire the person, you got to get a feel for it, right? Like, you kind of have to get a gauge for it. There's a very particular window where you could put in work at close range, like with a hip fire, you know? So it's a very, very particular, very minute, spot. But once you nail that spot, I mean, the Shieva kills with 2 shots at close range. Like, you could pull it off. Like, you could easily use the Shieva at long range, at close range, at any range. And that, to me, is kind of crazy. And I'm really glad that I don't see this out there too often. Just see how I mowed these people down. And maybe on my internet was, amazing this day. You know, maybe this was a concoction of perfect things, right? Maybe this was just everything worked that day. I had playing against dumb people. I was pulling up whatever. But I mean, I don't know how bad these people are, how good they are. Honestly, I can't make that value judgment on somebody. What I do know is that this game is pretty close the whole game, and I put up some monster stuff. Like, you know, as you could see, like I run through my streaks like severely, and this game still ends up being like a 5-10 tag game or something like that. So I'm not 100% sure about the validity of how good these people are, how they are. This thing's a monster to aim at headshots too. I flew through the first prestige of this weapon. It was double XP. I like that. That is true too. That is also true as well. But even without that, it just flies through because it's so easy. The headshots. I played like 10 games and I had like 60 or 70 headshot. Like, it was absurd. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't. And in all fairness, I played maybe like 10 games with the Shieva that day. Killed it all, right? Like, my KD went up. Like, I was like a 1.53 that day, and then I ended up at like a 1.59 just after those games. Like, it was just a noticeable improvement in my life about it. You obviously need to like plan out how you're shooting. Like there, for example, that just happened to work out that those guys all walked over there. It also works out that I got a hater. Also works out that I'm whipping out my knife because I'm like, yo, I'm about to pop these fools. And then the nade right there. Good nade. And look at that, I go flying off the map, man. Good nade. I was on that Lamborghini merciless too. Tell you what, my first nuke coming with the Shieva. Straight up, I can tell you right now, my first nuclear bomb I drop on this game will be because of the Shieva. Make no doubt about it. Check out that kill feed, man. That kill feed is literally just littered with all of my kills, man. Like this is what we play Black Ops 3 for. This is why, like, to me, this is the next step from Black Ops 2, is because games like this are possible. And maybe I just wasn't good enough in Advanced Warfare to put games up like this. I don't know. Beats me. But there's something here that I feel that just clicks, and there's something about the Shieva that to me is just a little bit too much, honestly. I kind of forgot I had my knife over there. Look at this. I think I played this pretty well over here. Waiting, clock him, because I felt that hopefully somebody had hurt him, and I really had no other like outs over there to actually get that guy. So I decided to go in and rush in with the elbow, the people's elbow over there. And I actually believe this game runs out of time, which is unfortunate because I probably could have gotten a couple more kills if it had. And I think I have a pretty bad out to the game too, because I got kind of nervous. I was like at 59 kills, and I was like, 60, which would be really funny. Like the game that I put up 70, like 60. This won't even matter. But I want to make sure I put in. I could have put this at Type 2 because it was Type 2 throughout most of the game, but I wanted to make sure I put it on Wasteland Wednesday because I'm going to keep track of all the games and kind of like where I rank, like what's my top game. Like right now, this is my top game. I had a bunch of like 50s that I'd never even put up, but like I had like a 50 like 4 and 4 that's kind of like sitting there on deck, and I'm like, all right, well, I'll put this up eventually. But I just had to rush this Shieva footage up because, and if you've gotten clapped by the Shieva, you have the same reaction I have, where you get clapped by it and you're kind of like, man, I felt like that thing killed me pretty quickly, right? Like, man, that was a pretty quick death. Okay, whatever. You don't pay no mind. Same thing with the XR2, right? When I get popped with the XR2, I'm kind of like, damn, I didn't even get the brr, brr. I got like, doom. Like, what the hell? And the Shieva, it's, you get the doom, doom. And you're like, man, that's kind of whatever. And then when you play with it, you really realize the power behind that. You're like, oh, hold up. Like, this thing's a monster. Like, this thing is crazy. I cannot. Let me know, man, if you guys use the Shieva, honestly. Let me know if you use the Shieva. When I prestiged, so I prestiged, I think, third prestige? Fourth? I don't know. Third prestige, maybe. I don't know. When I prestiged, you unlock a weapon slot, right? Or, anything that you want to unlock, you get a slot for. And I still haven't unlocked the Man of War, which is probably still my favorite gun in the game. And I kind of, I've unlocked the Razorback just because it was high up, and, that one's kind of, on retrospect, you're kind of like, I don't know if I really needed that, but whatever. It was pretty high up. I want to unlock that. I don't really use Ghost that much, or even Scavenger and stuff like that, so I don't really care much for unlocking all that. And I looked at it, I was like, you know what, man, this Shieva, you don't get this till late, son. I'm going to keep working on this prestige. I want to keep using this gun. I unlocked the Shieva, my third token. That's it after like 10 games. I was like, nah, this Shieva coming through. Now, unfortunately, I haven't been able to play Black Ops 3 maybe like 5-6 days. Just work and life schedules kind of didn't pan out. So I'm very curious to go back to it and see, I really want to next Wednesday maybe pull up another video with the Shieva and maybe be like, it was a one-day thing, a lot of you kind of played into it, and, the map and all that kind of worked over there. But I have a slight feeling that what I'm going to end up putting up is Yo, did y'all see the work I just put in with that Shieva? Wasteland Wednesday. So I think I go 61 and 12, I believe. I kind of flipped it by over there quick, but you'll see it a little bit on over there. 61 and 12, which ranks probably as the most kills I've gotten in this game. We're going to go officially, unofficially. That I also enjoyed getting the final kill cam over here. 1, 2, damn. Shieva, justice. Damn. Murder. Game. You've seen my work. It speaks for itself. Thank you, homie. Weak trash talk game. Your boy, Marcos, is outie.